All right, folks. This is the night that we have all been waiting for. This is the Tuesday Night Racing Series. My name is Dylan Hastings up here in the booth. I want to thank everybody for tuning in tonight for the championship race here in the Tuesday Night Racing Series. Congratulations tonight to Mr. Richard Swavely, although he did not make the playoffs last week after that finish there at Phoenix. However, he did win the pole tonight. And he's got the driver that took away that win for him there right to his outside, Mr. Chris Bedwell, who is one of our four finalists and four playoff drivers. As you can see on the screen here, folks, our four playoff drivers, here is the round of 10, the round of 8, and the round of 4 as it has played out through the last 3 rounds of the championship as we go into the final here. We have a total... Bear with me just a second here as they throw the flag to delay the green flag so that we can get through all this information here. But Austin Shoemaker, Ray Rogers, and Chris Bedwell and Joseph Mahar will be our playoff drivers tonight. So we're going to do our best to try to feature those 4 drivers as they compete here at the virtual Atlanta Motor Speedway, one of my favorite tracks. Let's go ahead and bring up the information here. And as these guys are pacing, bear with me just a minute. Let's go ahead and bring up the race information here as we have a total, let's see, track temperature is 90 degrees Fahrenheit. We have a total of 130 laps tonight, or today, excuse me. Outside temperature is 66 degrees Fahrenheit, so it's fairly cool. 38% humidity, partly cloudy, 11 mile-an-hour winds. That may be a little bit of a factor. I do believe it's from the east. So we'll have to see how that all is going to play out. Let's go through the top 10 real quick in the grid so that you guys can see exactly who made the top 10 here. We've already covered Richard Swavely, who is our pole sitter. Chris Bedwell's on the outside. Chris Shoemaker, 3rd. Chris McLean, 4th. Aaron Adcock, 5th. Joseph Mahar, 6th. David Brackett, 7th. Tyler Dixon, 8th. Ray Rogers, 9th. Brandon Robertson, 10th. Wyatt Brackett, 11th. Kip Easley, 12th. Let's see, I might have a little bit of time here. 13th is Garrett Brown. 14th, Brad Fulham. 15th, Dustin Reeves. 16th, Matt Grenier. 17th, Austin Shoemaker. 18th, Dana Shepard. 19th, Logan Russell. 20th, Barry Knapp. 21st, James Kunkel. 22nd, Jeremy Banner. And 23rd, actually, would be Wesley Burchett there in the 76. And hopefully he's out on track. I haven't seen him much this season, so glad to have him back in here racing with us for the final race of the season. Let's go ahead and pull up the banner here as we get ready to get this championship race kicked off, folks. We are, again, thankful for you guys tuning in out there each and every week, supporting your drivers and this league. I truly appreciate it. As I say, each and every week, thank you again for tuning in. Thank you for your support. We are, I'll go through the comments here in just a minute after the race gets started, but just want to say we will be back here for Season 4 as we kick off. A lot of new drivers coming into the series, a lot of new teams. We're excited about that. Not every driver here on track tonight will be returning for the season or for next season, but we want to thank them for being part of the league for this season. And we will be kicking off Atlanta, or actually Daytona, on February 22nd. And you can see, folks, we got the green flag here. Oh, we got somebody's already turned.
Get caught.
Oh man!
How you doing in there, kid?
Wow. What a way to start the championship.
I say we restart the race.
I agree. Looks like there might have been some. Sorry,
guys. Wheel didn't shift.
So we didn't have a shift here. Joseph Mahar may have been involved in that. One of our playoff drivers. Oh, hold on. Bear with me just a second, folks, as I try to bring that to you guys here. Let's go ahead and see really quick. Joseph Mahar there on the outside. I want to see if he was involved in anything. You can see Richard Swavely had mentioned he did not get a shift there, so you can see him kind of dive to the inside there. Chris Shoemaker had to check up significantly. It looks like David Brackett might have hit Aaron Adcock in the back, and you can just see the damage that Joseph Mahar, already one of our 4 playoff drivers, has already sustained. Looks like he's got a pretty good bump there on the back. I don't know that that is going to be a significant factor, although he's definitely, that definitely is going to hurt him for sure. Definitely not going to be his night already, folks, as man, that is going to take the wind out of his sail here as he was excited to get this race started. Definitely not. We haven't had much issue with these with the starts or the restarts here this whole season. So that's the first time this season somebody just blew up. I hope it wasn't Joseph Mahar. Let me just see. I think Joseph Mahar might have just blown up. If that's the case, then Joseph Mahar his night's done, and that would be very unfortunate for that circumstance there. I don't think he. Somebody blew up, but I don't know who that was. Anyway, we're gonna let's go back to live conditions here as they're gonna get ready to go back to green flag conditions here. Definitely unfortunate for other drivers. Stacy Adcock out there says, "Yeah, what the heck?" I agree.
Fun. Good luck.
That I believe was going to be Dustin Reeves. Dustin Reeves has said, yeah. So Dustin Reeves actually is the one that blew up. Very unfortunate set of events there. We've had several drivers lately here. Obviously, some.
I'm feeling major deja vu here.
Nerves. We had in our Sunday night league on for MPI Cup Series. We had an issue where one of the drivers just keeps missing a shift, and unfortunately, that's kind of I think that
is it telling you to let the pace car by too?
What he was referring to as far as the deja vu. So these guys are.
Right, I'm gonna slow way down here then.
These guys are getting things sorted out, folks. As
probably won't give you the wave around at one to go.
As they get things sorted out here, but we've got Chris Bedwell up front. He was able to avoid that. Chris McLean don't look like he was damaged. Chris Shoemaker, even though he was right there behind Richard Swavel, it looks like he didn't have any damage at all. So, so David Brackett actually did not get in the back of him. So I'm not really sure. Oh, I know what it was. David Brackett actually got in the back of Aaron Adcock. That's what brought Aaron Adcock around. And let's see. So Aaron Adcock is, man, that was an awesome paint scheme too. I was really looking forward to seeing that on track, and unfortunately that thing is beat up right now. Looks like he is trying to get that damage repaired. Joseph Mahar, I guarantee, is probably very disappointed right now with the circumstances that he is now found himself in. He's going to have to try to get all that damage repaired on that truck. The truck is going to be down on power pretty much the entire race, and it just, man, really sucks. So Burchett also is I was saying I was glad that I was looking forward to him being out there. I don't think actually he was able to join the session, but we've got we've got Tyler Dixon's a lap down, Mahar's 3 laps down, Dustin Reeves is out of the race. We already had a limited field tonight because it's being the final race of the season.
Let's go, guys.
And so, man, we're going to have to sort this thing out here as time goes on, but we'll see how this all plays out here.
That kind of screwed that up, Dylan. You want to give 38 a EOL on that?
All right, folks, bear with me just a second here as I get this squared off for these guys as they get ready to get restarted here. Just bear with me just a second. All right, folks, thanks again for your patience here as we work through those issues here. We had to delay the flag one more time as these guys get sorted back around. I don't know exactly what happened here because that flag came right out at the start of this race. It kind of screwed everything all up. So the pace truck's trying to figure out.
I'm a lap down. Someone give me an EOL, please, if they can.
What's going on here? So, well, no, we're not going to give EOLs. I'm not going to continue to give people EOLs for this. If you want, just drop it off the track here as these guys get started, man. This is definitely not the way I
I
know
don't want to be in
38.
y'all's way. I got damaged. Someone give me an EOL.
This is the way everybody started the race. Or unfortunately, the 38 was not. Obviously, that wasn't intentional. He missed a shift. Nerves, I guess. Championship race. Although he's not competing for the championship, obviously being up front, it's a little scary. If anybody's ever been in the iRacing simulation and leading the race, it's on a restart. It's scary. All right.
Green flag.
All right, folks. And we get a check up there on the restart of that here. It looks like we're having some issues tonight with restarts. Well, Joseph Mahar I'm not going to count him out of this race because he can come back from this. Based on the way the race has gone so far, I don't anticipate that we're going to have green flag racing all night. These guys are, we've got some guys in here that are not happy about last week. We're not sure exactly how that's all going to play out, but McLean's out front. At the moment, he's picked up 3 spots where he started the race, so he is now our race leader. Chris Bedwell in second, Chris Shoemaker third, Ray Rogers fourth. So as it stands right now, Chris Bedwell, round of 4 driver there, he's in second. Ray Rogers currently in fourth. Brandon Robertson has got his playoff banner on there, but he is not a Final Four playoff driver, so apparently he didn't get the message. Let's see. Where's their other playoff driver there? Austin Shoemaker. So as it stands right now, Austin Shoemaker is currently in 10th. Chris Bedwell in second. Ray Rogers in fourth. That may have put Mahar's chances as he continues to go laps down here. Very unfortunate. I don't think we've had that issue. We haven't had that issue for a long time. We had some restart issues and wouldn't say restart, but starting the race issues back when we first started the series in season 2 or season 3 this season. I can't remember, but all in all, we worked through those. Everybody gave each other a little bit of room there in the initial restarts, initial starts, but yeah, I know, Joe. I can't read all your entire comment here, but you just said unreal, just unreal that happened. Disappointing to be taken out before the green flag. I hear you, buddy. I know Aaron Adcock did not mean to do that. I think he got bumped by David Brackett there in the rear. All right, Stacy Adcock out there says, all right, Chris, number 5, do your stuff. He is our race leader. I expect he's going to put on a strong performance tonight. He's put on a strong performance all season long. He just has not been able to put the win together for himself. Hopefully tonight would be his night. So as it stands right now, we've got Mahar and Reeves are both out of the race at the moment. Fulham's also out of the race. Man, Adcock's out of the, well, yeah, Adcock's parked it. Definitely not the way we want to start the race, or the championship race for that matter. Very fluke thing. I hate it for him. I know that, because I'd be furious. All right, tonight's race, folks, is all going to be about on this old configuration of Atlanta Motor Speedway. This is not the new configuration for those that do follow NASCAR. They have repaved and reconfigured Atlanta Motor Speedway. This is the old configuration, so we won't be running the new configuration until next season. I do believe that's going to be released here very shortly from iRacing. Chris McLean making that high line work. That's definitely going to save the tires in the long run. Right now, Chris Bedwell again second, Ray Rogers fourth. Chris Shoemaker's currently running third. David Brackett, even though he got a little bit of front end, actually he doesn't have hardly any front end damage. He may not have, I don't know if he made contact with Aaron Adcock or not. I think Aaron might have spun his tires. I don't really know exactly what happened there. Although we can't see any damage on the front here, I can't say that I'm 100% that.
Sorry, Austin, I didn't mean to get on you like that.
They did not make contact, so somebody's running Austin Shoemaker pretty aggressively too. So Austin's back here 17th right now. He is really just kind of buying his time. Tyler Dixon out there tonight, he is got lots of damage. All right, we're going to keep an eye on Austin Shoemaker. We're going to also keep an eye on the race leader, but we definitely want to cycle through the field, see where our four playoff drivers are. Mahar is now 16 laps down, folks. I think pretty much he has put it on the hauler for the night. Unfortunately, that really, as George Williams says in the chat there, it kind of makes you sick to your stomach. I think he just said it makes you sick, but man, does it make you sick to your stomach when you put in all the effort, the practice, and something like this happens at the start of the race. Again, I know 38 did not mean to do that. He mentioned in the chat, as most of you have read there, that he was in fourth gear to save some fuel as they were pacing, and the truck just would not shift back into second, which is what we normally take off in. Chris Shoemaker's running the inside of Chris Bedwell. We're going to see if Chris Shoemaker can take over second here, as he's looking to take over second from Chris Bedwell. He's not going to give him an inch, as Chris Bedwell is our second place driver. I'm sorry, Chris Shoemaker is our second place driver. Chris Bedwell now falls back to third. Chris might have got a little. Shoemaker might have got a little loose on that corner right there, because it looked like he came to the inside of the track just a little bit. We're getting ready to conclude stage one, folks. Stage one is on lap 30. Stage two is on lap 60. I don't know if I mentioned that when I was going through the race information. I apologize if I did not. These guys have a total of 5 tire sets tonight, so I do believe they're going to have plenty of tires. Tire strategy will come into play. Pits do close on 2 laps prior to the conclusion of each stage. Although that the championship drivers necessarily are not going for playoff points tonight, these other drivers are definitely just trying to finish the season strong. They also have a team championship that they are normally competing for, but I think I can officially announce that Hammerdown Motorsports has won the team championship. I did not mention that at the beginning of the race here, so I want to congratulate Hammerdown Motorsports. Those 2 drivers for Hammerdown Motorsports are Richard Swavely, the 38, who is our pole sitter, and Ray Rogers, who is currently sitting 4th right now. He is one of the top 4, the round of 4 drivers competing for the championship. So he's not only going to try to win a championship for a second season in a row, he wants to do everything he can to go into next season strong, as they've already won the team championship. Chris Bedwell still, or excuse, I keep getting it mixed up here. I got too many Chris's. I got all three Chris's up front here. Chris McLean, Chris Shoemaker, and Chris Bedwell. Chris McLean's still out front, but Chris Shoemaker is challenging him for this position here as he's trying to put the heat on. We've still got several drivers that have not won yet in the series, and I know these guys are, even though tonight is a championship race for these final four drivers, we've got some drivers in here that want to win tonight. One of those drivers is that number 5, Chris McLean. He's looking to put it up front here in victory lane tonight, folks. Pits will be closing here as these guys come around to the front stretch. No drivers will be able to go into the pits unless they want to serve a penalty. All right, Chris Shoemaker's trying to go to the inside of Chris McLean here as he's going to try to take over the lead here for the conclusion of this first stage. Chris Shoemaker holds it to the bottom here as Chris McLean's going to take the high side. Chris McLean may get a little bit of momentum off the top versus Chris Shoemaker, but we're going to find out here if he, as you can see, Bedwell's trying to peek in there, but you got Chris Shoemaker coming around here. Is he going to be able to make it? Does not look like he's going to be able to make the pass on McLean here, as McLean is going to win stage 1 of tonight's race here.
Caution is out. What can we do to try to help it if we do?
As we conclude stage 1, folks, Chris McLean will be our stage 1 winner, followed by Chris Shoemaker, Chris Bedwell, Ray Rogers, Matt Grenier, David Brackett, Wyatt Brackett, Richard Swavely, Kip Beasley, and Garrett Brown, I do believe, will round out the top 10 drivers here tonight for stage 1. These guys are going to catch the pace truck, and I do believe they'll go down to pit road here. That's how I was wondering. Daniel Holcroft just said, "Hey, I missed tonight, but work called early. Got them. Go get them, 4 horsemen." Yes, sir. Well, we miss you tonight, buddy, but obviously we'll be back racing here very soon. Not only with season 4 of the Tuesday Night Racing Series, but folks, we are kicking off. Actually, before I tell you that,
tell us what you buy.
give me 1 second here. I'm going to find out exactly what day that is. Hold on just a second. All right, so the MPI Cup Series, those that follow along with us for many of these drivers in the Sunday night series that we all run in, MPI Cup Series will be kicking off their schedule February 20th. So we're going to be kicking off the same week.
I got a pass another yellow waiting on hard to get up here.
And we are going to be kicking off there, and definitely excited about that series as well as we get kicked off there. So February 20th, we kick off the MPI Cup Series on Sunday night. Tuesday night, in the Tuesday night racing series, we will kick off that series on February 22nd at 9:15 Eastern Standard Time. Folks, we'll be right back with you here as we need to go to commercial break. And I got to do a few admin things on the back end here. We'll be right back with you.
Take everything that you know about your typical energy drink and kick it to the curb, because today we're talking about C4 Original. And this isn't an energy drink, this is a performance energy drink. Well, what does that mean? Well, C4 Original contains 200 milligrams of caffeine, that explosive C4 energy. Also contains incredible flavors with 0 sugar, 0 calories, and 0 artificial colors. But C4 Original also contains ingredients that are formulated for performance, like carnosine beta-alanine, a clinically studied ingredient that helps to kick fatigue to the curb, like Beta Power, which is a clinically studied ingredient that helps with performance. So when I say performance energy, I'm not just saying it. You're literally getting clinically studied performance ingredients in every sip of C4 Original. So get rid of your sugary energy drink, because that's not doing anything for you. If you want energy to perform and dominate life, get your hands on C4 Original.
All right, folks, thanks again for your patience as we work through all this stuff here. I chuckle at those commercials there with the guy sitting on the in the sim rig with his helmet on. There probably are guys that do that, but I'm not one of them. All right. Joseph Mahar back out on track there. I don't know if you saw there, he was right behind the pace car. He's getting one of his laps back. Truck definitely looks really rough, but who knows? He might be able to get back up on the lead lap and make a go of it here. Not 100% sure, but Chris Shoemaker is going to lead us off here on the inside, and McLean is going to lead us off on the outside in the number 5. And I do believe Shoemaker beat McLean off of pit road. I don't know 100% there whether or not I couldn't remember hearing whether McLean had requested to do the outside, because the leader does have lane choice on the restarts. But we're going to go ahead and get this thing kicked off here for stage 2. Chris Shoemaker in the number 4, definitely a contender in tonight's race. Looks like one of his better tracks here, as he's really strong out in front so far. As you saw, he was challenging Chris McLean there for that lead spot. We're gonna Chris Shoemaker gets a great start there, as we got all 3 Chris's up front again, so I apologize if I get them mixed up. McLean is going to try to peek to the inside here, as he's going to definitely look to pull it out front as early as he can, but Chris Shoemaker's got another thing to say about that on the outside, is he's not going to let him up in that lane here, as they're going to have to fight for position. In the meanwhile, we've got Chris Bedwell on the number 7, currently P3. He's down 1 spot from where he started the race. Chris McLean up 3 spots, as I mentioned before, as he was leading, but Chris Shoemaker's right on his tail. He's 1 spot up from where he started the race. Ray Rogers, our second in line playoff driver in the 51. He's up 5 spots from where he started the race. We got Matt Grenier right behind him, and Richard Swavely right behind him. All right, we've got a caution on track here. That may help Joseph Mahar if he was not involved in that. Does not say anybody crashed here, so. I'm not sure exactly what caused that caution. Let's see if I can see what. Okay, so somebody's smoking here. Who is that? Okay, number 3. So I think the number 3 got mixed up into something. Let's go ahead and back it up real quick and just take a peek at it. But that's what threw out the caution. He might have blown his engine. Oh no, he did not. Hold on. Okay, so it looks like Banner had actually hit the apron there. As you see, the 24 gets loose. He may lose the back of the truck here as he slides up the track. And I think the 3 just does not give him any space here as he gets pinched by the 54. And unfortunately, that's going to put Jeremy Banner around. Brandon Robertson just sneaks right by there. Now, Brandon Robertson is not a playoff driver tonight. He forgot to take his banner off his truck here, but it looks like the 3's done for the night. It looks like he's blown his engine. I want to see really quick though who that was. So the 3, let me ride along with him real quick. As you see, Jeremy Banner hits the apron right there, and 84. Okay, so David Brackett. Let me go to Tyler Dixon real quick and see. Did Tyler Dixon force him up? I don't know 100% here. Doesn't look like he did. Just looks like David was thinking that he was going a little bit higher here, and it looks like he just did not do that. No. All right, folks. We are going to go to live conditions here, as that was what the caution was on track. And I do believe the 3 is already basically, he's already in the pits, so there's no EOL needed to be given there on that situation. Unfortunately, as a result of him hitting the 24, that has put him in a bad situation there. So it looks like Jeremy Banner may be able to get back out here. As we see, it doesn't look like he's got a little bit of a crinkle there on the right hand, on the driver's side of that truck. You can see right there to the right of the screen, but doesn't look like overall too much damage. So we'll see how that all plays out for him. We got a few guys on pit road right now. Looks like Joseph Mahar was able to get a little bit of damage repair, but the 3 is back. The 3 is on pit road now, and very unfortunate for those drivers involved in that. So you can hear Chris McLean does make the decision to take the top here on this particular restart. We're going to see Chris McLean from Florence, Mississippi take the top outside lane here on this restart. We've still got one more lap to go. As you see, the lights are still on the pace truck. We'll ride along with Chris McLean as we wait for this restart to take place. And kidding, got a packed crowd tonight. If you've never been at Atlanta Motor Speedway, folks, it is a lot of fun, I'll tell you what. I'm really excited for this new pavement, this new configuration and repavement. Haven't seen the track yet. I don't live too far from there. But I'm excited to see how the racing is going to be for next season. One of the things I've always disliked about Atlanta, as obviously I'm not a race car driver, but I think some of the race car drivers that can pull it out front and lap the fields and stuff like that over on the races, that's what they want to do to stay out front. Those that are spectating, though, we want to see the battles, and when people can't catch other drivers, it kind of gets a little boring. And that's the only thing I can say about Atlanta is there's times where I've been at the race and the guys are so far out front, and the field gets so spread out that it almost makes it kind of boring to watch, to be honest with you. I like this. I shouldn't say pack racing. A lot of people don't like pack racing, and we are getting ready, folks, to kick off the restart here as Chris McLean takes the restart. gets a really good start there on the outside as we see Chris Shoemaker right behind him there is going to slide it into second place. Chris Bedwell is on the inside there of Ray Rogers. Ray Rogers is going to try to peek to the outside and take that third place position away from Chris Bedwell, as those right now are the two playoff drivers competing. Austin Shoemaker, where is Austin Shoemaker? Austin Shoemaker currently in P13 right now. He's just taking it easy. I think he's got his strategy. Chris Shoemaker is definitely wanting to get up here and mix things up here in the front, but he may be testing out the tires and stuff for Austin to let him know, hey, this is the fall off. If you're going to be aggressive, this is what the fall off is. That could very well be a possibility. And we'll definitely pay attention to that as time goes on here. As you can see, Ray Rogers is going to peek to the inside of Chris Bedwell. Chris Bedwell still in third place. Ray Rogers is going to back off just a little bit. So you got two different lines here from two different playoff drivers. We got Bedwell up high. We've got Ray Rogers down low. Both drivers good at conserving tires for the long run speed. So we're going to find out exactly who's better at saving the tires, or which lane is better here. But Chris Shoemaker picking that middle lane. Chris McLean has got that bottom lane preferred. I do believe in 3 and 4 that we just came from there. The bottom lane, if you can hug that white line, that is the preferred line. But again, it just depends on how far you're into the run. That high line can be very attractive as well if you can keep it off the wall in 1 and 2, because as you exit that turn, that wall sneaks up on you really quickly. And we'll ride along here. We're going to continue to ride along with Chris McLean as we get a good perspective of these drivers here competing. As we see, it looks like James Kunkel and Kip Easley. I do believe Kip Easley back there. We're going to ride along with McLean right here. As you can see, this wall is going to sneak up on him real quickly on this outside wall. He kind of took it down on the bottom, but you can see he's going to try to hug this white line as much as possible. Now that does eat up the tires pretty significantly, a lot more quickly than probably the high line's going to do it. We're going to ride along with him up front here for this next. You can hear him letting off the gas. If you can hug this white line right here and kind of creep up to the outside wall, that's the way to do it. But man, that wall does sneak up on you real quick, I can tell you that. Chris Shoemaker's still in P2 at the moment. Driver that's up here tonight, let me see, it looks like Dana Shepard has made his way up into the top 10 right now, as he's right behind Kip Easley. There is Dana Shepard in the number 43 for 3F Racing. That is the teammate of Chris Bedwell in the number 7. Right now we're riding along with Kip Easley, our race winner for last week, as he snuck by the rest of the field as they were wrecking at Phoenix, and pulls off his first win of the Tuesday Night Racing Series for the 3 seasons that he's been participating in the series. So that is his first win. Joseph Mahar pulls off his first win this season, very first win of the Tuesday Night Racing Series in season 3. So we've got several drivers that have won this season that have not won previously. Let's go back up to the front here, right along with Chris McLean, as we get a really good look. I like this view from the back of Chris McLean's truck here as we see the battle for second and third. We've got 2 playoff drivers right here battling for these final well, I shouldn't say final 2 spots, because there is no 2 spots. Whoever wins the race in front of the other tonight is going to be our champion. Now obviously there will be a race winner, but there will also be the series champion that will be crowned tonight as well. And so out of the 4 playoff drivers tonight, Joseph Mahar is down 27 laps. I don't think his truck is unfortunately going to make it all night. I think he might have even parked it. The driver that the drivers right now that are competing for the championship are these two drivers right behind Chris Shoemaker. So Chris Bedwell and Ray Rogers. As I mentioned, folks, Ray Rogers, let me make sure I get that correct, but Ray Rogers was our Season 2 champion, Season 2 Series champion. So he's trying to go back-to-back right now in the number 51 right there as we ride along with Chris Bedwell. So again, Ray Rogers trying to go back-to-back for the season, or for the series championship. Chris Bedwell has already won the regular season championship for this season. And so we are definitely looking to see who we're going to crown the champion overall for this entire series, as Bedwell and Ray Rogers are going to continue to battle for positions. Now, I want to mention really quick something that you guys witnessed last week as we see Chris Shoemaker peek to the inside of Chris McLean as he's going to try to get off the corner there. You see he was not lifting. He wants to get as much momentum off the corner as possible, try to make this pass. He knows that McLean's going to go to the bottom. He's going to try to make this top work. If anything, he's going to try to arc it through the corner here and get as much momentum as he possibly can to try to make the pass on the outside, as McLean's going to go to the... Okay, so Chris Shoemaker definitely checks up a little bit right there. That's gonna hurt him just a little bit, but we got Bedwell and Rogers literally right on Chris Shoemaker's rear bumper. Now, again, folks, stage 2 is on lap 60, so we're getting ready to conclude the last stage of this race, or well, the second stage of this race. The last stage is the conclusion of the race, and that will be on lap 60. So we're getting close here as Chris Shoemaker's trying to make the pass here to get out front and win this stage. Getting real close to McLean's bumper. Hopefully he doesn't make any contact there, because that will slide him around, that's for sure. We got a few drivers trying to peek to the inside here as Shoemaker's going to have a little bit of help here, I think, from Bedwell. McLean's tires, I think, are just, unfortunately, they're kind of burning off a little bit here. It looks like he's losing a little bit of traction. As we see, we're going to see Shoemaker come to the inside here. And there we go. We see the number 4 on the inside here, going to try to make this pass. If he doesn't have to lift very much here in this corner, he's going to be able to make that pass. And McLean is not going to give it up lightly, that is for sure. We got some side-by-side racing here for the conclusion of stage 2. McLean's going to try to go back-to-back stages. Chris Shoemaker wants to try to peek up here and take that stage win away. So we got Rogers and Bedwell. I do want to mention one thing real quick, though, as I was talking here earlier and I got off on something else. So as you guys remember last week, we had an incident with Aaron Adcock in the 7. Obviously, you guys know that. Many of you were in the chat. And then we had another incident with the 7 and the 38. And so the 38 and the 7 incident was a racing incident. He was trying to block at the very end of the race. He had older tires. Is what it is. It's a racing incident. Now, the only thing I have to say about that is, not to try to create drama here, but the 51 is teammates of the 38. So again, I want to repeat that. The 51 is teammates of the 38 who is not in the playoffs because of what happened between him and the 7. So we're going to see whether or not they race each other clean tonight. But don't expect the 51 to just let the 7 drive by him. That's definitely not going to happen. That's for sure. All right, let's go back up to the front here. We've got 2 more laps to go here as we get ready to conclude the stage. Again, we're still riding along here with Chris McLean. Chris Shoemaker, I don't think is going to be able to make it, as he had to check up a little bit, I do believe, in the corner. But he is going to pull off another second place victory in the next stage, or in the stage 2. That is a very strong run by that number 4 tonight for Hot Shoe Racing. Again, Chris Shoemaker, the father of Austin Shoemaker, who is our third playoff driver. I know I haven't covered him much tonight, but he's back there in 13th right now. Again, that may be strategic. It may be a strategy that he is putting into play here tonight. Although he might have some damage also from that early on incident that could very well cost him, as McLean will win stage 2. And we're just waiting for the 10th driver to cross the line here as we throw the caution.
Caution. Let's tell me about your car real quick.
Stage 2 winners will be Chris McLean, Chris Shoemaker, Chris Bedwell, Garrett Brown, Ray Rogers, Richard Swavely, Matt Grenier, Wyatt Brackett, Dana Shepard, and James Kunkel will round out the top 10 drivers for Stage 2 that will receive bonus points there. So let's go back up to the front as these guys get ready to catch the pace truck. I sure hope that iRacing comes out with stages pre-programmed next season. It is very difficult to do all of that adminning when you've got to manually do that. You got to keep track of the drivers, all that stuff. It is a little complicated on my end, but hey, got to do what we got to do for now until iRacing comes out with stages. All right, so Chris McLean will be again our Stage 2 winner. He was also our Stage 1 winner. Our pole sitter, 38, that early on incident there on lap 1 and on the initial start of the race that took out Joseph Mahar, one of our other playoff drivers, is currently sitting 6th. I do believe he received stage points for both stages, although they don't really matter tonight, obviously, as this is a championship race. But the 5, the 4, I do believe everybody's going to come down pit road right now, as we see from McLean's perspective here, that everybody's going to come down, I do believe, for fuel and tires. They may be able to actually, no, they won't. I do believe that the fuel window is about 32 laps. So those 32 laps, let me see if I can bring you guys pit road here, because the 4 made some traction last time on pit road. So he's going to try to beat, he's definitely going to probably beat the 7 off pit road unless he makes a mistake. No, he's not. He's not going to beat this 7 off pit road. Got a little bit of a mix-up here. We got Garrett Brown up here, who's going to pick up some spots off pit road. So Ray Rogers is going to pick up a spot here, so he's going to start 2nd on that stage, and then followed by Chris Bedwell. Followed by Garrett Brown, followed by Chris Shoemaker. So that's going to round out the top 5 drivers here. We got a little bit of a mix-up up front here. I don't know if Chris Shoemaker was just slow getting into his pit box, or if maybe he took just a few extra gallons of fuel, or something put him back a few spots. Again, I'm not 100% sure on that, but he's definitely going to have to start a few positions back from where he concluded that stage. Austin Shoemaker, again, our 3rd playoff driver. So we've got 3 playoff drivers right now in contentions. Unfortunately, Joseph Mahar is going to be out of the race, I do believe. He's 27 laps down. I do believe he's actually out here on track, which, yeah, you can see he's getting a lap back, but he's still far down. You know, we're halfway through the race here, and he's still 27 laps down. Unfortunately, unless something major happens, which could very well happen. I mean, these 3 playoff drivers could get taken out. But if they do, they're going to have to do it before 27 laps to go, and they're not going to be able to come back out on track, or they're going to be able to take it over. So, smart decision to stay out here racing tonight. Got to commend him for that after all that happened. But it looks like he's getting a lot of that damage repaired. Unfortunately, it's just a little too late, I do believe, just simply because of the 27 laps down. But he's going to get one of those laps back here in just a minute. Let's go back up to the front here. Chris McLean is going to lead us off. So I may have had that incorrect, folks. Ray Rogers may actually be starting 3rd. That does appear to be what's going to happen here. So it looks like Bedwell is actually going to start 2nd. Bedwell's going to, excuse me, I got too many Chris's in here. Chris McLean is going to start on the inside. Chris Bedwell is going to start on the outside. I did not hear Chris McLean request a start on the outside this time. So, and then we've got Ray Rogers right behind Chris McLean there in the number 51. So I do believe if Ray Rogers can keep it tucked behind McLean, they might be able to get a really good start. You can see Austin Shoemaker's now just coming off pit road right there as he catches the back of the field. I think he was trying to just get a little bit of extra fuel as these guys come around to take the green flag here. Hopefully no checkups here on the restart. They're giving each other lots of room here, so it should be all right. As pace truck is off.
Green flag.
Drivers are off here, folks. McLean gets a really good jump on the initial start here. Looks like Bedwell also gets a good jump. He might be able to tuck it in front of Ray Rogers. I don't think he's going to be able to, though, as the 51 tries to peek to the inside of Bedwell, take over that P2 spot. If he can slide up in front of him here, he will be able to take that position over. The inside lane is fast, that's for sure, but the outside lane does carry the momentum. Looking through the comments real quick, it looks like Aaron Adcock did comment about that incident there. He said, I had to check up big, and when I got back on the gas, it looped. That's what I figured. That's what I figured, buddy. Unfortunately, that is very unfortunate. As I was looking forward to seeing that Atlanta Braves truck out there tonight. That was a really sharp-looking paint scheme. Christopher Strong out there says, sorry, brother, that sucks. It definitely does, man. Again, Daniel Holcroft, we wish you were here tonight, buddy, but we understand. Thank you for tuning in, though, and watching your team and the series. Paul Passon's out there says, I'm watching. Thank you, Paul. We got McLean out front at the moment. McLean's had a dominant performance tonight. If he can just put all the pieces together here, he's had many races where he's had very dominant performances and just had something happen that has taken the win away from him. You can see the 51's trying to peek to the inside. He wants to get up front early, get in that clean air. 51's going to get up here. McLean's going to be right behind him. I don't believe McLean will let Bedwell go by easy. Bedwell gets into the wall. That's going to hurt Bedwell as he's going to fall back at least a few positions. So as it stands right now, folks, Ray Rogers is our race leader. Bedwell to the outside here as he's struggling to keep it off the wall after you saw him scrape the wall. Unfortunately, it really sucks you in, which is what really checked him up significantly, which has got him trying to push to get back up here to front to contend for this race lead. As he's battling the 10 for position. Austin Shoemaker still back here in P13. He has not been able to break out of the inside the top 10. I don't know if he's got damage. He's got to have something going on here. Does not look like he has anything really going on, though. It looks like his truck is really clean. He might have a little bit of damage there on the right-hand side. I can't tell from here. Let me see just by zooming in. I don't see any damage on the 14. So I'm not really sure. I mean, he might just be playing it safe. He knows that playoff points are not a factor tonight. He might just be taking it easy. I know he's definitely working on fuel strategy here because he went in and topped off, which is why he's still back here. As he makes his way around the 9. again, just to confirm for those that are just now tuning in, Brandon Robertson is not a playoff driver. He's still got his playoff banner on, but the only 3 playoff drivers we have out on track right now, we've actually got 4 playoff drivers out on track. Unfortunately, Joseph Mahar, however, is about 27 laps down. So Ray Rogers is our race leader, followed by Chris McLean, who is a non-playoff driver. Garrett Brown is also a non-playoff driver. Wyatt Brackett is a non-playoff driver, and it looks like Bedwell has fallen back quite a bit. He might have sustained some damage from hitting the wall there that is really affecting the aero of that truck. Any little bit of damage on your truck, as you see that wrinkle on that right-hand side, he definitely slapped that wall pretty good. That may hurt him. He's got a pretty significant wrinkle there on the back of that truck. See if I can get a better look at it. Okay, so you can see to the left-hand side of your screen that wrinkle right there on the back of McLean's truck, or back of Bedwell's truck, and you can see that lift up right there, right underneath the mobile sign. That right there has got to be dragging air, and if that is dragging air right now, that is definitely hurting him significantly on overall race speed, which is going to allow Ray Rogers in the 51 to stay up front. That may also affect Bedwell. Peaks to the inside here, try to get around the 33. He's just not going to have the race speed. He's going to have to get that damage repaired.
Caution.
And we now have a caution on track. Unfortunately tonight, for some reason, okay, so it looks like Kip Easley might have been involved. Oh! What in the world? So Austin Shoemaker, one of our playoff drivers, has been involved in that accident. That is definitely not going to help his chances of winning a championship here tonight. Let's go ahead and just see exactly what happened here. As we see the 14 back here in 14th. No, he was in the top 10. Okay, so Kunkel actually gets into the wall. The 48 gets in the wall. The 27 has to check up. The 14 is going to have to. Okay. Oh wow. The 27, his teammate. Kip Easley he ends up rear-ending the 48 there, as he cannot keep it off the wall, and when he does, he comes out into the middle of the track and it just collects the 14. Now I think the 14 was able to sneak by him after he made contact, but I do believe there's going to be some damage there to the front of that number 14. That is not going to help the 14's. Yes, there is damage on the front of that 14 truck. That is not going to help the chances here for the 14 to bring it out front. Let's try to bring it back to live conditions here, folks. Apologize for that. I don't know why it's not going back to live conditions here. Come on. What is going on with this software? What in the world is going on? Okay, so Bedwell's going to definitely have to get some damage repaired. Folks, I don't know what is going on here. I'm trying to go back to live conditions. It's not live conditions. Okay, there we go. Man, that's weird. There's something wrong with the software. Okay, so let's see if Bedwell gets that damage repaired on the back of his truck. So you can see the damage has now been fixed right underneath that mobile sign. That damage has been fixed. So I think that is overall what was slowing him down. So hopefully he can get back out there and get that speed back that he had previously. Because unfortunately he's going to need that, or he's not going to be able to catch these guys. That has also put the 7 back out of the top 10 right now. So he's going to have some work to do as he tries to get back out here. You can see Aaron Adcock in the 17s back out on track in that really good looking, unfortunately beat up number 17 Atlanta Braves. Hometown favorite. I like that paint scheme. From somebody from Atlanta as well, I'd appreciate that paint scheme a lot. I've never been much of a baseball fan. I'm from New York originally. I grew up as a Yankee fan, and I don't really follow baseball that much. So to me, I just figured, you know what, since I've called Atlanta home, I actually live outside of Athens, Georgia, but in Georgia Bulldog country, but I do now root for the Braves. I lived in Tampa for many years. I was definitely a Tampa Bay Rays fan, Tampa Bay Devil Rays fan, and haven't lived in Tampa, Clearwater, and St. Pete area for at least I think it's been about 12 years. And so now, you know what? I call Georgia home, and I'm going to start rooting for at least a Georgia team, and that's going to be the Atlanta Braves. And they just happened to win it this year, and I'm really stoked for them. Wish Atlanta would bring back a hockey team, although I don't know if I could ever not root for Tampa Bay Lightning. I've so many great memories from the Tampa Bay Lightning. Same with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Buccaneers have always been my team, and man, did they get slaughtered on Saturday, or was it Sunday? Yeah, I think it was Sunday that they played. But man, oh man, was it horrible! Horrible. They didn't show up till the end of the game. So it looks like James Kunkel has brought it into the pits. Let's see if he's back on track as we get ready to restart here. Now, James Kunkel has, I do believe, parked it. Well, it's been a rough one here at Atlanta, folks, for the championship race. We had a limited field tonight just because of the final race of the season. And, man, oh, man. Reeves out. Burchett never gridded. Fulham's out. Adcock is back on track. Mahar. All right, 51 gets a good jump here as he...
Cogs out. Hey, man, your mic sounds like a little far away from your mouth again. Just double
okay,
check
so
that part,
I do believe, folks, that's not good. That's not good. That is not good. We do have a situation here, folks, where unfortunately teammates, I don't know why there wasn't communication there, but looks like teammates 7 try to .43 gets into the 7. They are teammates, and that may have just ruined the chances for the 7 to win a championship. Did not see that coming. Got to go back real quick as well because I do believe the 51 changed lanes before the finish, the start line here. Let me just make sure that that's correct before any penalties get handed down here. And I'm going to have to double check the rule book on that because I do believe that he changed lanes before the finish line. So, and ain't nobody gonna like that.
Like a dog coming high.
Yes, he did. He did change lanes before the restart. Okay. All right. Let's go back to live conditions here. Hopefully that can. And I apologize. You guys may. I don't know what in the world this thing is sticking for. What in the world is going on here? This software, man, I'll tell you what, for having to pay for this software, it is super frustrating. I don't know why it's freezing up there, folks. Give me just a second as we try to... We're going to have to try to fast forward it to the live conditions here as the... Yes, I did see that, George Williams. Thank you, buddy. I need to check real quick the rule book on that because... to know, guys. I apologize. Unfortunately, I've got to fast forward this. Okay, it's actually a drive-through penalty, so that's gonna suck. All right, let's bear with me just a second, folks. I'm gonna have to take you to break real quick, and so I can fix this. Give me 1 second. All right, guys, sorry about that. No, I keep apologizing here. We've got lots of things we got to take care of here.
So I don't know if I'll be out there into it.
50 laps down. I don't think it really matters at this point for me, but thank you.
I'll be sitting here, guys. They give you a black flag. No, and I'll serve it. I wouldn't until he give it to me.
All right, folks, you see the 51 coming down pit lane here. He's just got to do a drive-through penalty here for changing lanes on that restart here. As he said, he said the truck was getting a little loose on him. So the 51 is, looks like he's probably going to get fuel now. No, he's actually going to get tires. So our new race leader is going to be Garrett Brown. Bedwell, after that incident, still competitive up here, currently 8th. Austin Shoemaker's going to get picked up 11 spots before he started the race. He's making his way up here. As I mentioned before, folks, I knew he was probably going to sneak up here at some point in time. Ray Rogers, we're going to keep an eye on him. Obviously, unfortunate set of events for Ray Rogers. He said he was chasing the truck up the track there. Just unfortunately, you can't change lanes prior to the restart. That is a drive-through penalty. Not something we can enforce. We have to tell the drivers that they have to come down. If they don't come down, they get disqualified from the race. Just simple as that. So I do believe Ray Rogers has went a lap down. Let me just double check that. Let me confirm that. But he's... Yes, he is a lap down at the moment. So he'll get his lap back, hopefully. I do hope for him that he does get his lap back. But I have to be consistent across the board here with the league. People aren't happy, but those are the rules. So George William out there says 43 just got loose. Yeah, that's what it looks like. That's what looks like what happened here. Dawn says heard a loud boom earlier. Yes, ma'am. there was a loud boom. Yeah, unfortunately, the 48 got stuck in the wall there, and the 27 just had the momentum off the corner, just could not get out of the way of the 48 teammates. We've had several incidents tonight with teammates. Thank goodness we got 4 weeks off. All right, so Garrett Brown still our race leader. We've got Chris Shoemaker in second at the moment. We've still got a total of 36 laps to go. Lots can happen within those 36 laps, folks. Richard Swavely up here in third. After all that transpired with him in the initial part of the race, I know I hate to keep bringing it up, but it is what it is. It happened. His teammate Richard Swavely, or Ray Rogers, who had to serve the drive-through penalty, Bracket up here in the 33. He was in the playoff in the round of 4, or the round of 8, excuse me, and did not advance to the next round due to, I think that he had an incident with another driver early on in the race, I believe at Phoenix, and it took him out of the race. Unfortunately, squashed his chances to compete in this championship, but they've got a really great team put together. I do believe that they'll have a really strong season next season. Dana Shepard is still on the lead lap, I do believe, currently in 12. Yes, he is. He's currently... Ray Rogers here takes some tires. He's just buying his time at the moment. We've got 12 trucks on the lead lap. We've had several incidents tonight that have just devastated a few drivers. One of those drivers being the 46 of Joseph Mahar, the playoff driver. The way it looks right now, folks, Austin Shoemaker is our race leader when it comes to the championship. 9 cars coming in. We're going to see if he can get on the pit road okay here, as this pit road is very tricky with that banking. So he gets on the pit road okay. Jeremy Banner comes around after that early incident. It looks like he is back on. He's in the lead lap, so he just puts himself in the top 10. So these guys are in the fuel window right now, so I expect a few drivers probably to come down for fuel and tires. Aaron Adcock getting out of the way of everybody. Unfortunately, he's many laps down, but he's out here turning laps with everybody, so it's good to see him out here. Chris Shoemaker's made his way into the top 2, which he's been up here in the top 2 for right now. He's been strong all night. He's actually ran second place most of the night. Richard Swavely up here in the top 3. So as it stands right now, the 14 got that front end damage, but so does, looks like Bedwell's got some pretty good damage up here in the front as well. Don't really see a lot of damage on that 7. Garrett Brown's still leading the race right now as the laps continue to tick down here. So it looks like McLean has also come in for fuel and tires. So as it stands right now, folks, Ray Rogers may be the race leader if this stays green, as the top 10, or actually the top 8 drivers are going to have to pit for fuel. If it stays green, Ray Rogers still may be able to pull it off. Now, if there's a caution on track, it's not going to matter because Ray Rogers is currently in the lucky dog position, but Again, these guys are going to have to come down to pit. So looking at pit strategy, let's just go ahead and pull that up. Let's see. So as it stands right now, Brown and Shoemaker, Brackett and Grenier are all going to actually, and Chris Shoemaker and Austin Shoemaker, they're on lap 31. They're going to have to come in either this lap or next lap, because I do believe the fuel window is 32 laps. And that would mean that Bedwell as well is going to also have to come in. Shoemaker or Shepard's also going to have to come in, as well as Swavely. And you're going to see things cycle back around here. Rogers may be able to, with 20, it's going to be 42 laps. I think he's still going to have to come in and top off. I think all he can hope for at this point is a caution. And we're going to keep an eye on who's coming down pit lane here. It looks like Chris Shoemaker just came down to pit road. Wyatt Brackett just came down to pit road. Right now, the two playoff drivers out front here, Austin Shoemaker and Chris Bedwell, have not pitted yet. Now, Ray Rogers, okay, so it looks like Austin Shoemaker is going to come down pit road. Chris Bedwell is going to try to put Ray Rogers another lap down. I don't think that's going to happen. Okay, Chris Bedwell gets into the wall again, trying to push it too hard off the corner to try to catch Ray Rogers. I expect that Chris Bedwell will probably be coming down pit road this time around. If not, it'll be next time around. It looks like the 7's going to come down to pit road. So looks like as things cycle back around here, Rogers is going to, let me see, Brandon Robertson, where's Rogers? So as it stands right now, actually, Brandon Robertson is going to be the lucky dog candidate, or he'll be the leader after things cycle back around here. Garrett Brown's still out here on track, and he's now coming down to pit road for fuel. So the only driver that is not pitted yet, actually he did pit, so that's Bedwell. So I do believe as things cycle back around here, Brandon Robertson is going to be the race leader. And again, folks, I know I've said this many times throughout the broadcast, but Brandon Robertson is actually not a playoff driver. And the only reason I'm saying that is because he's got the playoff banner on his truck. Don't want to confuse all those that are tuning in for the very first time. So the way things stand at the moment, Ray Rogers has made his way back up here to the fourth place. Brandon Robertson is the race leader, followed by Richard Swavely, followed by Chris McLean, and then Ray Rogers. So Ray's obviously going to have to save fuel. I don't think Ray's going to be able to make it to the end of the race unless he comes back down for fuel. But what he can hope for right now is a caution. He may bring it down to pit road. It doesn't look like he's going to. But the way it stands right now, Ray Rogers is out front, but Austin Shoemaker is catching him. Chris Bedwell has fallen back to P8. So right now, Austin Shoemaker is got the well. Actually, I'm sorry, I take that back. Ray Rogers has got the lead on the championship. Austin Shoemaker is going to peek to the inside, though. You can see the speed that Austin Shoemaker's got from the 51, and I know the 51's trying to save fuel Yeah, we're going to keep an eye on the 51 as I hate it for him. I wish I didn't have to do the penalty, but I just hope that there's
Go low, Chris.
And Chris Shoemaker is now a lap down. I don't know what happened to Chris Shoemaker. He might have had a mistake on pit road. As it stands right now, Richard Swavely is our race leader. He was also our pole sitter with 13 laps to go. Also could have been a possible playoff driver. Unfortunately, was eliminated last race. Just outside the top 4 when it comes to points. As it stands right now, Brackett and McLean have just not been able to catch him. We got a lot of drivers that are laps down here. So Austin Shoemaker currently right now P3, Bedwell P7, Ray Rogers P8. Now I believe there's only approximately 10 drivers on the lead lap right now. And so even if there's a late stage caution, Ray Rogers is currently 9th. He would still be in the top 10 if there is a late caution here.
Go low here, Matt.
Roger.
Nine laps to go.
Thank you.
Looks like Ray Rogers, I do believe, just came in. I think he's just going to get fuel. No, he's going to take tires too. Okay, so Ray goes a lap down. He does get enough fuel to finish this race as well as fresh tires. He's going to have to get in front of Chris Shoemaker. All right, so Chris Bedwell has made his way up here to P5, but Austin Shoemaker is still currently P4. Let's see the distance between him and Shoemaker. So there's quite a distance between him and Shoemaker right now. So as it stands right this second, Austin Shoemaker may win the series championship. All right, so we're riding along with Richard Swavely, again, our pole sitter. Garrett Brown's trying to steal this race lead from him, though. We may have a new race leader right here. With 5 laps to go, the number 10 of Garrett Brown has pulled in front of Richard Swavely and the number 38 to take the race lead as he slides up in front of him. So as it stands right now, folks, we're going to try to keep it up to the front here, but I do want to pay attention to these guys right here. So Austin Shoemaker, at the moment, currently P4. Chris Bedwell pushing everything he possibly can to try to catch the 14 right now. Just may not have what it takes to get to him. So you can see the distance between him and Bedwell at the moment. Looks like Bedwell is going to make contact with that outside wall again as he's pushing really hard. He has now opened that gap up on the back of that truck again to catch that draft, which is going to really slow him down significantly. Final lap, folks. Garrett Brown Austin Shoemaker. Looks like Garrett Brown's going to win the race. Austin Shoemaker is going to win the series championship, folks. And that will be it. Garrett Brown wins the Atlanta 200, folks. Final race of the season. Austin Shoemaker is going to bring home the season 3
Congrats, Austin.
championship.
Thanks, guys. Good win, G. Appreciate it. Good run, Rick.
Nice work, fellas.
Congratulations.
Nice win, Garrett. Congrats, Austin.
Congratulations to Garrett Brown, our race winner, as well as Austin Shoemaker. These guys are going to burn it down here. Both teammates. Really strong finish tonight for these two drivers. Garrett Brown is going to burn it down here for the initial start of this race as he goes over to join his teammate here, and they're going to both burn it down. See if I can get a better view of this here. Again, Garrett Brown is our race winner. Austin Shoemaker is going to be the Season 3 Series champion. First time that the 14 has won the Series championship. And unfortunately, I feel really bad for Ray Rogers. I really wish I hadn't have had to give that penalty, as I think Ray was definitely in contention for it all night, as he was very, very strong. We're going to watch Austin burn it down real quick, and then we're going to watch Garrett Brown. I think Garrett Brown's still burning it down. All right, so Garrett Brown's going to pull it down to pit road here. Austin Shoemaker still burning it down, as we now have our Season 3 Series champion, folks. All right, folks, we are going to go to commercial break. We're going to get these guys in the booth here so we can go ahead and get these guys interviewed, and we'll be right back with you here in just a moment. Bear with us just about a minute or so, and we'll get these guys in the booth here, and definitely want to hear from these guys about the race. Also, we're going to hear from the Season 3 Series champion. So we'll be right back, folks. Thank you.
Take everything that you know about your typical energy drink and kick it to the curb, because today we're talking about C4 Original. And this isn't an energy drink, this is a performance energy drink. Well, what does that mean? Well, C4 Original contains 200 milligrams of caffeine for that explosive C4 energy. Also contains incredible flavors with 0 sugar, 0 calories, and 0 artificial colors. But C4 Original also contains ingredients that are formulated for performance, like carnosine beta-alanine, a clinically studied ingredient that helps to kick fatigue to the curb, like beta power, which is a clinically studied ingredient that helps with performance. So when I say performance energy, I'm not just saying it. You're literally getting clinically studied performance ingredients in every sip of C4 Original. So get rid of your sugary energy drink, because that's not doing anything for you. If you want energy to perform and dominate life, get your hands on C4 Original.
All right, folks, we are going to hear from our race winner, actually. It looks like the rest of the guys decided to dip out early, so shame on them. So bear with me just a second here as we bring Mr. Garrett Brown into the broadcast booth here. Garrett Brown, congratulations, buddy, on a race win here for the final race of the season here at Atlanta 200. Congratulations, man. It was an interesting race to say the least, but you pulled off a win.
Yeah, thank you, sir. It was a definitely interesting race. All the fast trucks out there tonight, so it was a lot of guys I had to battle with, and didn't know if the strategy was going to work out. If Ray Rogers and Chris McLean had kind of cautioned, they could have been right up there contending for the win too. And Austin did a good job with his strategy. Had a set of tires left for the end, but overall it was a good battle. A lot of fast trucks up front and all through the field.
Yeah, it was definitely interesting to see exactly how the race was going to kind of progress there as things went on. It was kind of interesting to see. I mean, obviously the initial start of the race really kind of put everything into perspective, to be honest with you. I mean, it took Joseph Mahar out of the race, unfortunately, and then we had looks like Chris Bedwell hit the wall several times. I didn't think he was going to be able to stay up front, and Chris McLean was in contention, it looked like, for a while there, and then he ended up going a lap down. Not really sure exactly what happened, but all in all, buddy, congratulations, man, on a great season. Whether you guys come back or not, I truly appreciate having you a part of the series, and regardless of what you decide to do, thank you again for tuning for running with us for season 3 and the last 3 seasons, actually, and we truly appreciate it, and I look forward to seeing you hopefully on Sunday night, or on Sunday nights.
Yeah,
so
definitely. We appreciate you guys too. Yeah, as a team, we've thought we might take a step back, just reevaluate, kind of take a break from everything just for a little bit and see how things end up. But it's a great league and a great field, and it's made up of great people, and that's what makes it successful. So
yeah, I agree, man.
Yeah, so much respect for the whole field.
Yep. Well, I appreciate it, buddy. Thank you again for everything for the season, and I'm glad you could pull off a win here for the last race, although obviously there was a championship involved. At least that driver that won the entire thing is your teammate, so congratulations on that. So, but we're going to hear from him here in just a second, but thank you again, buddy. Appreciate it, and really strong season all season long. So,
thank you, sir.
Thanks again.
Much appreciated. Thanks, Dylan.
Yes, sir. All right, folks, we are going to hear from Mr. Richard Swavely. I didn't see him up here, actually, so I apologize, Swavely, there. I thought you were actually had dipped out, so I appreciate you sticking around. Congratulations, man, on a P2. Obviously, kind of a weird set of events there in the initial part of the race. I think you had commented on the broadcast that the truck wouldn't go out of 4th gear or something.
Yeah, I always save a little bit of fuel on the starts, and coming to the line, I always shift down to 2nd gear, and for some reason my wheel just said no, and then pulling the pits, reset my wheel, and everything was fine from there. I don't know what the hell was going on.
Yeah, it was weird.
I feel bad because I kind of boned Mahar from the start of the race. He didn't even have a chance to race for the championship. Kind of feel bad.
Yeah, well, that wasn't your fault, though. I mean, that was obviously the field. I mean, you got out of the way of everybody, so it's not like you checked up the field really that bad. I don't know. I think it started with Chris Shoemaker or somebody right behind you, because they had to check up. They thought, they didn't know where you were going to go, and I think Chris Shoemaker checked up. But nobody had damage with the exception of Adcock, and I think Adcock, Aaron had gotten hit in the back from David Brackett. So unfortunate. It does happen. Things do happen. But all in all, man, you were able to pull it back up here into the 2nd place spot. And so congratulations for that. Obviously, last week's race, you had an opportunity to bring it into the playoffs. And, obviously racing incidents happen. But all in all, you were really close. And we appreciate you being part of the league. And thank you again, buddy, for racing here at Atlanta tonight.
Oh, no problem. Like I said,
And
this kind of race,
congratulations
kinda got
on
beat
the.
on.
Yeah, sorry, buddy. Go ahead.
I was gonna say it kind of got beat on tire strategy there at the end, but
Yeah, and I I hated it for Ray. Unfortunately he changed lanes. I do believe. I was trying to go back
yeah,
and look at it. I mean, people were calling it out on the broadcast, and I, I got to be consistent with that. I even had to go back and look at the rule book to make sure that I did it
Yeah.
correctly. So, is what it is. It happens. I hate it for him, but all in all, is what it is.
He was saying in the voice chat his tires ended up spinning, but
Well, unfortunately, I wish I had enough time to go back in and look at the
Yeah.
thing, but I think it was pretty obvious that he went up to the high line. But I mean, maybe he did spin the tires. I mean, he just. I think I probably would have communicated that, knowing that I changed lanes before the start. But I didn't hear anything, so.
right.
But it is what it is. So, but yeah, I hate it for him. But all in all, man, great race, great season. You guys were able to pull off the team championship. And
Yeah, pull the team championship with only 2 drivers. That's saying something there.
yeah, actually, it's easier to pull it off with 2 drivers than it is 4 in a lot of cases because you guys were really strong, obviously, racing. You guys were consistent all season long, and that we take the average of the drivers. And so if you have 2 drivers that are strong and you've got 4 that are strong but maybe one guy finishes bad, it does hurt. It actually hurts the team of 4 in some cases. Not much, but just enough to where, 20 races, it adds up. So, but all in all, buddy, congratulations again on a P2 tonight. It was an interesting race, to say the least, but you were able to bring it back up here in the top 2, and, we thank you for racing.
Thank you.
All right, buddy. Thank you very much. All right, folks. We are going to hear from the Season 3 champion. We're excited, obviously, that Austin, you're able to pull it home. Was a little worried there for you at first with the damage that you received from the Easley and Kunkel incident there at the very end. I didn't know what exactly was going to transpire there, but it looks like it didn't slow you down that much.
Yeah.
And you're able to.
I say, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say you're able to keep it up front here and run strong. I thought maybe for a little while there you had front end damage. Bedwell had rear end damage, like side panel damage, and I wasn't sure who was going to catch who and who was going to pass who. So it was interesting.
Yeah, coming out of 2 there, can't remember who it was on the outside, but I know he clipped the wall and came off, and then him and Kip got together, and I was too close to him to really check up, and I ended up getting some front end damage there, so I had to stop and pit. I was expecting it to be worse than it was, but it was only a 25-second pit stop to get that cleaned up, so still had full power. It slowed me down a little bit, but luck seemed to go my way tonight. I wish it would have been better with Mahar. He got taken out there at the beginning on that checkup, and
that was unfortunate. I had just talked to him too right before the race, the start of the race. He was excited about getting going and racing tonight, and that's obviously how it is. When the first, you're not even completed a lap yet, and you get taken out. It's happened to most of us, but it for a championship race, it really sucks.
Right, he's been strong all year, and I know he's put some practice going into that, so that's frustrating for him. And then Ray, he was running solid all night, and it's unfortunate he had that.
I was trying to go back to look at it to see his in-car. He didn't say anything, and that's probably what hurt him. Had he said that he spun his tires, he knew he changed lanes, and that's one of the rules. It's been the rule all season long.
Mm-hmm.
So, but unfortunately, he said that after the fact. I mean, it is what it is. I even had to pull up the rule book during the broadcast to make sure that I didn't make a mistake there because, there was people on the broadcast calling it out. So it happens.
Yeah. So unfortunate for Ray, and then obviously Bedwell, he got into it with Dana Shepard there when he spun his tires there on the restart, and that hurt him there a little bit. So that probably kept me in it because he was the guy to beat at that point. So luck seemed to go my way tonight, but
hey, it's all we can
wasn't
ask for.
perfect, but it worked.
It doesn't matter how perfect it is, man, as long as you pull it off. So, but listen, I'll get with you sometime the next few days here to get you all squared away, and I appreciate you running in the league. Obviously, I don't believe Hot Shoe Racing is coming back next season. You guys are going to take some time off, and I look forward to racing with you still on Sunday nights. But all in all, buddy, thank you again for being part of the league for the seasons that you guys have been part of the seasons, and maybe in the future we'll see you back here.
Absolutely, Dylan. Yeah, we're all just trying to clear up our schedules during the week for a little bit here.
Yeah, I don't blame you, man.
And then I'd like to congratulate Garrett on the win tonight. He had a solid run all around, so he had a good pit strategy there and seemed to run away with it there at the end. And then, of course, I want to give a shout out to you for putting the league on this year and dealing with a lot of situations. And
yeah, unfortunately,
I know it's not easy. And then also want to give a shout out to all the drivers in this league too. They all drive fairly clean for the most part, and then especially tonight with the Ford playoff drivers, they seem to be racing us, but they're giving us plenty of room as well. So I appreciate everybody that was involved in that. And then, of course, my teammates Garrett, Dustin, and Chris. My dad had a good run tonight. He ended up messing up his pit stop there. He was around the top all night, and then Dustin, he got collected in that first incident there on the start. So, but I appreciate all their help this year as well, and it's been great running with everyone. So I appreciate it, Dylan.
Absolutely, buddy. Well, congratulations again, and I look forward to at least seeing you on track somewhere else in iRacing. So have a good night, buddy. Thank you.
All right. Thanks, Dylan.
Yep. All right, folks, that will conclude Season 3 of the Tuesday Night Racing Series, and we're going to look forward to Season 4 as we get things kicked off. We've already got everything pretty much done for the new season. We look forward to all the new drivers coming into the series. I really look forward to seeing how the series is going to continue to evolve and all of the new teams that are going to be involved. It's going to be great. Honestly, I really look forward to the competition that's coming into the series. So with that said, folks, we will be back here for Tuesday Night Racing on February 22nd for the kickoff of Season 4 at Daytona. We are not going to be running any duels or anything like that. We're actually going to be just kicking it off with Daytona. We've got a lot of races, obviously. We've got the real Daytona 500 with NASCAR. And then, of course, the Podium 500, which is another iRacing event that's put on each and every year, put on and broadcasted by Podium. That will be kicking off, I believe, that same week. We have the MPI Cup Series that will be kicking off on Sunday for Season 5, which many of the drivers in here participate in. We'll be kicking off that series effective February 20th. We'll be at Daytona for that series as well. We'll definitely be featuring a lot more of that series here on the Tuesday Night Series as much as we possibly can, as we have throughout the season. And other than that, folks, I just want to thank you all for tuning in each and every week. I truly appreciate it. And we'll see you guys back here February 22nd, 9:15 Eastern Standard Time for the kickoff of Season 4 for the Tuesday Night Racing Series. Until next time, folks, thank you so much for tuning in. Truly appreciate it. And we look forward to seeing you February 22nd. Thanks so much.